Thank you, Kevin.
Secret for 40 years.
I'd now like to call on Garrie Lambert to play I Traded $1 Million for a Single Maple Leaf on guitar.
Quite as organized as this Air Force guy. I'm just going to take about 30 seconds. We were talking earlier when we met Murray and the things he'd done over the years. And Marnie and I were in Florida in 2008, and Pat and Murray were famous for their New Year's Eve levees, which included a thing called moose milk. Well, Marnie and I were in Kissimmee area, and we were on our way over to St. Petersburg, and she said, she was very, very quiet, and I said, what are you thinking about? She said, how do you milk a moose? When I told Murray the story, I thought he was going to burst a gasket laughing. Anyhow, and the other thing was, of course, I was privileged over the next few years to be the official taster of Murray's moose milk. And at one time, and I think I saw him come in here earlier, Tom Leach is here somewhere, and he can vouch for this, that there was one year when it was a little bit stronger than normal, and we're still trying to figure out what happened. Anyhow, Murray loved this song. He served with the guy who wrote it and sang it, Roy Payne, in the RCDs and in Cypress with him. And Roy wrote this song on the plane back from Egypt in about 1956, 57 in that area, I think, or 66, 67. It's called A Single Maple Leaf. I've seen a lot of sadness in the countries of this world, and I've seen the starving faces of 1,000,000 boys and girls. I've walked the war-torn countryside and the bloody, battered streets where young men fought and died because they wanted to be free. And as I watch my children playing freely with their friends, I thank God for this country, mister, that we're living in. There are no cries of fighting soldiers dying on our street. I wouldn't take $1 million for a single maple leaf. When you think you've got trouble, you just listen to the news, and I'm sure you realize, my friend, your troubles, they are few. Compared with those of others in the countries of this world, we live in a paradise, a rare and ice is pearl. Yes, friends, we have so much to be thankful for all across this great land, from the mighty Pacific Ocean to the shores of Newfoundland. So tonight, when your children pray down on their knees, you ask them to ask God to bless Canada and forever keep her free. Yes, as I watch my children playing freely with their friends, I thank God for this country, mister, that we're living in. There are no cries of fighting soldiers dying on our streets. I wouldn't take $1 million for a single
very much, Gary.